go to the fucking gym.
Oh God, it's so good.
Hey guys, welcome to the Grippy Sock Vacation Podcast. It's been a while since we last recorded one. I think that was like around 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But we're all back. I'm your host Sage, and I'm here with Lainey.
Hello.
I'm here with Nick,
Hello.
and I'm here with Jordan. It's Lainey's brother.
Hello.
So, how's your guys' week been? Couple of years, or past couple of years, I guess. Not really week.
We're dying. No, I'm just kidding.
Everything's on fire.
What's that? Los Angeles is burning.
Yes.
Fucked up, man.
Wait, is it actually burning?
No,
No.
not right now.
Oh,
Jesus, not right now. My God. Maybe tomorrow.
I mean, considering it
kind goes
catches.
by the day.
There's a lot of fires out there, you know? Like that's a thing. That is a thing.
I feel like fires should be in the areas where all the shitty influencers are, so that
Pretty
tracks.
You mean like how the lead singer of Limp Bizkit had lost his whole house?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's kind of messed up, chat.
It is messed up, chat.
I mean that also tracks because at every single fucking concert, everyone goes haywire and breaks shit. So I feel like that tracks as well, and it's not his home.
Hey, I've been wrong. Wow.
Karma? Question mark?
Anyways, today we have some interesting topics. So one of the topics, it's gonna be clones and how there's conspiracy that they're cloning our favorite musicians, how they're creating doubles of them, because maybe they died in the past, or maybe their music just fucking sucked to the point where they're like, yo, we're gonna get a new person to do this, and they had no negotiations in that deal, so they just got cloned.
They decided,
Another
hey,
topic. Sorry, what?
they decided, hey, why find another person when we have a great one right here in the grave? Let's just copy a new one.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Let's copy your exact style as a musician, but we're not
Uh-huh.
actually going to play any of the music you want to. It's just going to be music that people like.
You can never have anything brand new.
You promise? Oh my.
There's a promise there.
Another topic we're going to be diving into is AI. So, like a whole new system of going to a computer to get all the work done, whether it be art or coming up with like new recipes or even just like giving you the answers to your daily life. It's a little bit of a fucked up era, in my opinion.
Let's go. Yo, fucking.
Agreed.
And for our last topic, we're gonna be talking about nostalgia. So like when you walk into a room and you smell like fucking cookies baking, and it reminds you of Christmas morning.
Yeah.
And then
I was raised Jehovah's Witness. What's Christmas?
and it reminds
Well,
you
like-
that your dad hasn't come back with the milk for 5 years. And...
Wait, I have a chicken? Wait, mine's dead. Nope, that's not gonna happen.
No.
Well, some daddies are dead, some haven't come back for the milk. I guess we'll figure it out when we get there.
That's all.
Nostalgia.
Alright, so let's start off with the clones. So, I remember, Jordan, you're saying the other night about this conspiracy of like how they're replacing musicians. So, why don't you kick that off?
Yeah. So, what originally brought this up was I watched the movie Us for the first time, even though it's been out for a while, but it just recently came onto Netflix, and I watched it, and I gotta tell you, that was for me one of the most scariest movies that I've ever seen, and not because it's a jump scare type of movie, but rather how realistic and how honestly how horrific that would be to just duplicate a person, replace the original, and nobody identifies that the original is gone.
Right.
And then that eventually those clones become the majority of the planet. Now that is, to me, very scary and could be very much a reality eventually if it's I think it's a worthy topic, open to discussion.
They've already cloned things before, so what's to say they haven't cloned anything bigger? You know?
But the goat's dead now, so it's okay.
Yeah, but they were supposed to clone that mammoth.
About how good that'll do. It'll die as soon as it comes back.
And they brought back dodos.
Well, they did. Yeah, they did bring back the dire wolf. That was a real clone that they
No, it's not.
brought back.
It's just a wolf with dire wolf DNA. It's not
Oh, it's
considered
a
a dire.
dodo.
No, the dire wolf. That's what Jordan's talking about. They got DNA from some shit from a dire wolf, and people keep thinking it's an actual dire wolf, but it's not. It's just a regular wolf with dire wolf DNA.
Well, you have to have some kind of base, right?
Yeah, but it's still
Yeah.
not dire wolf. But I mean, I get what you're saying. So I was watching
Like
a
a
bunch of
copy.
shit. Yeah.
I mean, they still use the dire wolf DNA to
Yeah.
make something new.
Yeah.
What's a dire wolf?
It was the biggest wolf back in like the Cenozoic era. I don't know. I could be totally fucking wrong. Like the time of the Ice Age and shit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a saber-toothed tiger, but wolf version.
Yeah,
Almost.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Really fucking big, fucking fast, and really fucking ugly. No, I'm just kidding.
But didn't they bring back a dodo? I thought they brought back a dodo bird.
If they did, it didn't last very long.
So apparently, back when President Clinton was around and in office, he made a public speech in regards to cloning. And he was pleading for the scientists to stop the cloning.
Yeah.
So I do find that interesting. That
Well,
was...
Because they did. There was a real study going on with that, like with the cloning. But for him to have such dire need of it, I mean, yeah, who knows what the hell they were doing with it.
I mean, we are seeing in real time that when change occurs, I mean, so AI is the next topic, right? But we have seen within our generation, you know, just how fast and how advanced and really how much AI has become integrated into our lives. And that's just AI, it's artificial intelligence. I would hate to see what it would be like if there is biological, actively functioning and working clones that could be very much walking amongst us. I mean, how would you really know? How would you really know? Like, let's say the clone is not where you take someone's DNA and it becomes a baby. Let's say it a different way. Let's say someone becomes a clone, you use someone's DNA, and you're able to replicate that person at the exact age that they already are. And that because maybe your brain, maybe they find that the organs somehow retain memory somehow. So when you clone those organs, they too hold those memories. So in other words, I don't even know if the clone would know that they are in fact a clone.
So
And they'd be the exact same age.
Here's a really trippy thought though. So what if because of that cloning and shit, well then they accidentally created diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia and shit because of that? Like not being able to retain memories, that's like accident of fucking some cloning bullshit going on.
Yeah.
That's an interesting theory.
Yeah.
That could have been the rise of dementia because these clones don't have, well, they're not like, they're not their original. I don't know. I know that I have personally experienced in my life where it does feel like some people are kind of running around but not actively participating, and then there are people who are actively participating, just out and about in the public. After working so many jobs and being around so many people, I just come to notice that there are people who seemed kind of tuned out, that seem like as if they're just like almost like filler characters, and then there are characters that seem to be on the forefront who seem to be weighing the scales a little bit.
So
And I don't know if I want to put a label to that as a clone or an alien or angels or demons or the Matrix system.
What you're witnessing there is happiness and the joy that's just been ripped out of you. Like that's what you're witnessing. That's the people that you deal with. There's either someone that's really eccentric and happy and blah blah blah, or there's the person that hates every existence and their own. Like, but yeah.
I think one of the most famous cases of somebody being cloned was Paul McCartney from the Beatles. People said that he died in a car crash early 1960s, and then they just replaced him. And it's crazy too because you see so much influence from that. So one of the Beatles songs, "Come Together," one of the lines go, "There's one and one and one and three. He's got to be a joker because he's so hard to see." And that's three of the Beatles talking about how there's the three of them, but then there's one that they can't see as an actual Beatle.
Yeah.
Those Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band album. There's all these on the album you see all these influential people Edgar Allan Poe and a couple of presidents, the Beatles themselves. But if you look at the bottom of a flower bed in that album, and then if you hold a mirror up to it, it shows the exact date of where Paul McCartney apparently originally died. They say he died. And there was even a book written by Paul McCartney's ex-wife. And in that book, she claimed how there was a strange man they set to live with her. Basically Paul McCartney's double, and she was completely against it, but they told her shut up about it and everything. And she didn't release that book till later when the Beatles broke up. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I believe it though. There's a lot of shit that goes down in Hollywood. Like, all those people, I believe they're recycled. Like, it's just clones on clones on clones of people. That's what I think.
I have a feeling that a lot of artists that when they first get their music deal, get cloned and replaced. Because it kind of feels like, at least in the 90s, I can't really say much about music artists prior to that time because I wasn't part of that, but I grew up in the 90s and it kind of felt that every single time an artist came out with an album, their second album was nothing like their first album. It almost seemed like it was a different person entirely, their next album. And it always seems that their next album, they come out to be different. In the 90s, that was so common, this evolution within the next album of their music. And I kind of wonder if there's maybe more to it than just, oh, well, you know, as an artist, as a music artist, you're always going to strive to be better, strive for more. That maybe there's a literal, physical, biological change. That maybe it's clones. You know, maybe that's why. Like the Spice Girls, their first album is so uppity, it's so poppy, and then their second album, it seems different, like almost like you take that human aspect of their first album, their second album just seems so not it seems to, it doesn't, the authenticity in the sound and the words was just not there. I mean, that's just the Spice Girls. I mean, it was like that for even with Britney Spears on her second album. Her first album, you could see you could see her person. You can almost get a sense of her personality in the first album. Second album comes along. It seems again like not authentic. Oops, I did it again. Really?
Do you think maybe that's why Britney Spears had their breakdown and like shaved her fucking head off and everything?
Yeah, maybe she's a clone, or maybe she found out that she was a clone. I mean, look at her sister. Her sister looks actually a lot like her. Who's to say that even Jamie Lynn Spears isn't a possible clone from Britney?
Yeah, you look at it too, because like back then she was like shaving her head off. She was so unhappy with like being in that industry and everything, and then years later now she's like doing some weird bullshit, juggling knives or dancing with knives.
Here's the biggest one. I don't think the person that, I mean, I don't know if this is on the topic of clones, but this is a topic that's kind of popular right now. Amanda Bynes. I don't think that's the original Amanda Bynes that we got on Nickelodeon. And she's the man. I don't think that's the same Amanda Bynes. I don't know if they just replaced her with someone and they just said, oh, well, no one's going to notice. Like, no one's going to care. Let's just put this double in for her and just give her name, doing business as a DBA. And let's just go with that. But it just kind of feels that that's not Amanda Bynes. And I'm not just saying that because they, you know, she's about the trauma and things like that. I mean, literally, I don't think that's Amanda Bynes.
I think it's her. I think it looks just like her. I just think that she's fucked up.
I think all that facial spelling. I think all that facial spelling and all that is from the facial reconstruction that might have been done to try to make her look more like Amanda Bynes.
Same thing happened with Demi Lovato, though. You know, she was like doing some camp rock shit. Now she just looks like a fucking crackpot.
And she also sounds very different. Do you notice that her music now sounds so very different from the Demi Lovato that she was, or supposedly was, on Disney?
Disney,
Granted-
that's a whole other beast
So
right there.
Amanda Bynes and Demi Lovato, if you want to come on our podcast and talk about that.
Right?
That they're clones. That's the truth. Everyone's a clone. They've all been replaced. They're all in this big old tank waiting for us to save them, the originals.
Yep. Have y'all seen
Make
the
that
substance?
your life quest, Jordan. Go save Amanda Bynes and Demi Lovato. And
Well, they do. Well, honestly, maybe if there is so this is just this is all conspiracy, right? But if there is some kind of clone lab, I feel as though the perfect place for that clone lab is going to be somewhere in like Antarctica or something like that.
It's in New Mexico.
I think Antarctica is the perfect place, or the South Pole and North Pole, something like that. I feel like those would be perfect places for that.
I feel like the company who would be in charge of that would be like about like chemical like manufacturing like place. So like the people who made Miracle Grow, they were responsible for creating Agent Orange back in fucking Vietnam. Like the napalm that sprayed over like their jungles and shit. Now it's just known as a company who creates Miracle Grow. So they could full well be like into some shit like that about cloning and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
If they're able to develop both like a fucking happy fertilizer and both like a deadly fucking chemical to like spray down onto fucking Vietnamese people,
That's fucking crazy, dude.
So what do you think would be a company that would do something like that right now with the cloning?
Hollywood.
Hollywood's
so
very big.
you think like entertainment companies that now actually might be their real business, that basically they lure their people in with saying, you're gonna get fame, you're gonna get money, you're gonna have all eyes on you. But then the real business is actually their cloning business industry.
Well,
That's how they
because
make
it
their
saves
real
them
money.
money over time, right? It saves them money over
And
time.
maybe that might be the real reason why that
Oh,
people
it's-
with money, that why only most people that make it in fame are people with money, because they need the money to be able to invest in the cloning and other means.
Well, I always think back to the fucking Black Mirror episode of where it had Miley Cyrus in there, and they like basically like cloned her inside of like a kid's toy, like a robot, and she was like completely asleep, and they'd like use her brain for like creating new songs and everything,
Yeah.
like shit like that. It could be very well real.
Yeah. It's true.
There does seem to be a really odd explosion in talent where people just are on another level with their talent, that it almost comes off not human. I mean, I just saw it the other day. I saw a YouTube video of this one girl. She's into she's doing animatronics. But you gotta understand this. For you to do this as one person, you would have to have knowledge, skill in both robotics on the physical and the digital end. You would have to be able to do art on a digital, physical end. You would have to understand programming. You would have to understand marketing, like know how to like do the most relevant. I mean, it's just so much. It's so much that you have to do. And then you have to, you have to know how to do like the visual effects, because she ends up going into like the world of latex to for the suit. So it's like this whole, it really comes off not human. The amount of information, especially at her age, because you could tell in the video she's either like 20, like in her 20s, something like that. It doesn't come off human at all. I mean, if a human has maybe 5 like skill sets, they're on a roll. But these people just seem like as if there's no limit to their skill sets. And I kind of wonder if maybe there's something to that.
They're all robots.
That maybe, I mean, you got to understand something. YouTube, they get paid per views. TikTok, you're getting paid per views. Facebook Reels, you're getting paid per views. But it's not like just for advertisements. I'm wondering if there's more of a financial means that they want to put so many eyes on the talent of their clones as possible on a national scale. So they say, look at what my clone can do.
True about YouTube. On YouTube, you don't really get paid per views. It's more the views are like help you do channel growth, but then you have to like get paid by like sponsors and shit to like advertise their products. So that's like more where you're getting money from on YouTube.
That's where you're getting it from.
How about how YouTube doesn't allow you nudity but has fucking hentai game ads?
What? Where? Send me a channel.
I don't remember what the game.
Send me a channel just for research.
It was one. Can you hush for a second? It was one of those fucking. Oh, what the hell was it? I think it's a dating sim kind of thing. I don't remember what it was called. It was a few months ago when I saw it. This is why I have premium, even though YouTube Premium is a joke and way too goddamn expensive. My furnace is loud. I'm so sorry, Chad. I left my ice cream downstairs.
Anyways, unfortunately, Jordan, he had to leave because he's dealing with some other real life shit than doing a podcast at 5 in the afternoon, but
I thought you were joking. He actually did leave. My bad.
Yeah.
He did say he had some shit they had to do, so.
Okay.
We did tell him that he could just leave whenever he needed to finish that said shit, so. Next one we're going to talk about is AI. So I feel like AI has been like a really big topic of discussion, and so I feel like for us we need to like lay out the pros and cons of AI and get into the nitty-gritty of each of those.
Yeah.
So for me, AI, it's actually really useful to me as an artist, like a video effects artist, and as a producer, because with AI, I'm able to like create, like, say if I want to do a video and I really need like a voice recording or something, so then I can just go to AI and like get the voice recording. I don't have to like go out and pay somebody for that. And same with my music, like if I really need like a recording of some sort, so like make it sound like a real person, then I could just go to AI and makes it happen. But I feel like that AI also really fucks over a lot of digital like artists, like 3D artists who like are trying to make a living off that. And then nowadays you can just type in like, I don't know, a fucking dude fighting a badass dragon. You just type that into AI and then it shows you that.
It's crazy. It's crazy how things have advanced so much. Like you can literally make a person through AI. Like Google came out this thing that makes people like literal people, like these AI characters into literal people, and you get them scripts and it makes videos for you. Like it's so weird.
It's really weird. You could honestly frame a lot of people like with that. So like, you can make a video of Trump like fucking doing some gross shit, and then you can just say that's Trump, and most people will believe it.
Yes, they would. And that's the scary thing, is that it's getting this advanced. Like I remember back in the day when we would even just be like, oh yeah, if we could play video games in real life, that would be so cool. And then we came out with VR headsets. oh, if we could play games on the go, that'd be awesome. We got our smartphones, like we got the Switches, we got like everything is just moving so quick, and it's only been like what, 15 years? Like,
It's crazy too because there's this game that came back out called Hello Neighbor. I'm actually gonna look up what the release date is on that.
yeah.
But it's this game that came out and it had the most advanced like game AI I've ever seen. Like the point of that game is to like try to like break into like this psycho's house and try to figure out what's in his basement. But as you go along, when the AI in the game, he like figures out where you try and break into. So like if you try to break into that window twice, he like puts like a bear trap down there. Like he starts like figure out like how to like lock doors and shit. Like it's crazy shit like that. It came out in 2017, so that was it's pretty a long time ago. It's like almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I feel like AIs in video games since then, if they use that same build model for like horror games, that shit would be crazy.
Could be like the movie Stay Out. You die in the game, you die in real life.
Exactly. And I should be so down for that video game where if I get clubbed in the game, some random man shows up at my house and just clubs me in the fucking head. You know?
That's a fucking big ass bouncer looking dude. Come here, motherfucker.
Yeah. Like, who are you? Jesus.
I'll be like, wait a minute, who are you?
It's like Ubisoft, motherfucker. Just slams you in the head.
But no.
No, like AI could also do a lot of other shit too. Like maybe like
Yeah.
I think in the future it can help out like medically. Like
Oh yeah. Well, they already have
Right.
like robotic surgeries that are done down here, at least.
I wouldn't trust it to save my life.
I had a
What?
laser surgery done to remove my cancer. But I don't know how robotic it was back then, but now they have it where a full-on robot can do it.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, kind of good in a sense, because then you're saving money because you're not really paying a doctor, you know? I guess, right? Question
Yeah.
mark?
You're just
don't know.
paying them, you know, you're paying access. That's all it is at that point.
Is that...
you also have to look at it like this though, because a robot or AI would be like pre-programmed to like do a surgery, but if something
Right.
goes wrong in that surgery, like AI is not going to be able to figure out like how to think on its feet, and, like how to like stop that problem. So you'd be kind of fucked
Well-
over there. You know?
You'll have someone, like, in the background, right? Like, on call. Like, if they need someone to come in. Because I imagine this is just how it's gonna go. Like, everywhere. Like, AI is literally just gonna... That is literally what's gonna happen. It's just gonna take over everything. Like, there'd be no point in us anymore.
Like AI doing your surgery with a fucking Siri voice is gonna slit one of your arteries and be like, I accidentally nicked an artery. Everyone's
Yeah.
like, what?
What if it sounds like Walworth and Fallout?
Oh my god.
Let's go. Get that voice actor stat.
It's like Victor from Fallout New Vegas. Well, howdy, partner.
Knowing my luck, I'd get fucking C-3PO.
I accidentally nicked an artery. Doctor's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. It's really cool, but it's also really scary at the same time. Like, I'm excited because I just like that kind of stuff. Like, I grew up watching, like, Chobits and stuff like that. So I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Whatever.
There was one instance of AI that really pissed me off kind of recently. It was, I guess not really recently, but it was back during like Canadian Thanksgiving. With ours is in November.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking weird. Have it. Whatever. But one instance was I wanted to make mashed potatoes for my family, and then my sister's like, "Oh, well, you don't need to. Like, I'll just look it up on Chat GPT."
Yeah.
I was like, "What?" And she's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'll just look up the recipe on Chat GPT and make it." I was like, "So you'd rather a robot makes mashed potatoes, basically, instead of me doing like a recipe while I work in like Michelin star kitchens?"
Yeah.
That's
Right.
kind of fucked up.
It's true. Like the other day, I was in a call with Jordan, some of his friends, and someone had asked a question, and someone's looking up answers on Google, Alexa, ChatGPT, like all this shit, and I'm like, bro, what the hell is going on? Like literally, it's taking over. It's just nothing is done mentally anymore, I feel, in a sense, you know what I mean?
People are too
Well,
stupid.
wondering if there's gonna be like eventually reach a point where there's gonna be like laws set for AI, like kind of
Oh, yeah.
like how like in iRobot, how they have like the 3 robot laws or some shit like that.
Yeah.
There's gonna be the same kind of thing set up.
Oh, probably, because the real ones are coming out, what did they say, like next year or 5 years or something like that?
It would be so fucked up if I have to work in a kitchen with a fucking robot.
I'm gonna just be happy to have someone to do shit around the house that I don't want to do.
You don't care if they're about to fucking murder you or
I don't give a fuck.
anything.
You're
One
gonna
day
clean my
they're like
dishes?
this. Like one day the robot's like, I want to. They just fucking murder you.
Nah,
if
if it's gonna clean my house, do my dishes, cook my food, and I can just chill, like that's cool with me. I don't care. Kill me if you want. At least I'll be living the good life for a little while. You know what I mean?
You'll be living
You
the
need some
future.
serious help.
You'll be living the future, and then the future says, "Fuck you." I'm taking over.
I'll say hell yeah.
Hell yeah, I'm on your team. I'm ready.
Thanks, man.
Let's go.
Apparently, they have this thing where you can have T-Pain's hologram in your house.
What?
Why T-Pain?
Yeah. I don't
Right.
know. No idea.
There's so many artists I can think of that would choose besides T-Pain.
Right. I'd pick
Well,
one
they-
that's dead, specifically.
They have like Hatsune Miku that you can get in a little jar thing that you can use like Alexa.
So, in case nobody else that listens to this figured that out, she said Hatsune Miku, not Hot City. I know that it sounds like Hot City, but it's not.
It's my speech impediment. That's what I
I'm not
said.
making fun of you. I'm not making fun of you or anybody else. I'm just saying some people might think that Hot City.
I feel like if I was gonna choose some hologram, I would choose the 3 bitches from Ice Cream. Have you ever seen that video?
No.
Not talk about
like-
weird things you've seen on the internet.
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty popular. It's all over TikTok and YouTube. It's like these 3 bitches who are like, Nani-chan, I'm in a cha, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the one.
I do know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, I get those 3 bitches fucking singing a hologram every time I came home from work. I'd be all giddy. Be like, hell yeah, just finished work.
Hell fucking yeah.
I remember when they had the Michael Jackson hologram at some award show, and it was not very well done. It was terrible. Oh, poor Michael.
Yeah.
The best case of holograms came from gorillas. They did
What?
the best.
Because most of them
Gorilla,
don't know that it's 'cause they
gorilla
don't-
is the band, not the animal.
I was like, wait.
not the animal, the band.
Did you think he was talking about Harambe? Like, calm down.
Right, that's what I was thinking. I was like, wait, what?
No,
Lady-
gorillas with a Z. With a Z.
Okay.
Lady got disappointed when she figured I was talking about the band.
Like, that's kind of cool. Never mind.
Harambe's come back. Ow.
I remember when
No,
I
they
was
had-
younger, they used to have like holograms whenever we went to like the zoo and stuff of like bugs on the floor. That was kind of interesting.
That would
early
fuck me
days.
up. Jesus Christ.
It was fucked up. Trust me, especially whenever it was the spider one. That one fucked me up.
If I brought my stepkid to a zoo and then there was a fucking spider just crawling on her, I'd immediately just lose that whole day trying to comfort her.
I mean,
That's
luckily
fun.
back then it was just like, you know, like a light at the top that was just shooting down like a picture. It wasn't like super realistic, it was just shooting down a video or whatever. But now, they could probably make it look like something's crawling on you, for sure.
We may create a hyper-realistic zoo where it looks like a hologram, but actually is dump buckets of fucking spiders on the children.
Oh, hell no. Hell to the motherfucking no.
The parents be like, "Ah, don't worry, honey, it's all fake." No, it's not, bitch.
It's not.
Fuck you, Deborah. It's real.
You, Deborah. Get back here, Ethel.
Yeah, no, like AI, I think is kind of sick because, like, I don't know if you guys are into cyberpunk shit like I am, but I fucking love like the thought of like being like a dystopian future where there's like robots and shit walking around, like where you can like even mod your like own body to like fucking like
Or some dude has fucking metal tits with machine guns and shit.
yeah, dude.
Let's
Like,
go.
that's
Awesome.
actually what I was super into. Is I was hoping I could grow up some metal titties and then some dude just fucking lays me out with some machine gun titties.
Like Austin Powers, let's go.
God.
That's actually perfect because we were talking about Britney Spears and it's Britney Spears who did that. There we go.
I don't think it was. I think it was just some blonde chick that looked like Britney. No, you're right. It was. But it
Yeah,
was
it
also
was Britney Spears.
Well, there was a bunch
She
of blonde bots too. It wasn't just her, but yeah, I remember now. Because there was like a scene with 3 of them. Let's go, chat.
Anyway, should we move on to the next topic?
What are we going for next?
Next is gonna be nostalgia, like
Nostalgia.
like when you're putting on a belt, and then you remember when your dad used to beat the fuck out of you.
That was dark leather.
Holy shit. Nostalgia.
But no, I mean nostalgia more in the way of like where you get like a certain scent and it just fucking reminds you of home, or like this like little like comforts that remind you of like that kind of draw you to earth and remind you that you're like still like a kid, but you know, it's those little moments. And I think those moments are important. Like,
I agree.
There's a
Like for
thing.
me, example, every time like see like a video of like somebody like driving through snow, it reminds me of like back then and like I used to live in Weimar, and that'd be like coming home on the school bus and there'd be fucking snow everywhere. You know? And it reminds me of those moments.
Or when you smell something like there's a thing in your nose that triggers a memory from that sends signals to your brain that trigger a memory, and you can actually get that removed.
Why would he want to get that removed?
Yeah.
People who were victims of domestic abuse, they'll smell something that reminds.
I was talking about something so nice. You turned it so dark so fast. What the fuck?
That's my life now.
Jesus
The
Christ.
elder emo was talking. Shut up.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
I was talking about snow and shit. You're talking about getting fucking beaten. Jesus Christ.
Y'all need Jesus.
Jesus.
Nick sees a wind spoon. He gets the fucking Vietnam flashbacks.
Shut the fuck up. I got hit by a car. No one thought that was funny? Okay.
Ha 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 ha.
Haha.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like nostalgia is it could be anything. Even just a certain song you hear and it makes you think of happy times when you're a child or So as explained in my mind, so Lainey, how about you? What's one piece of nostalgia that you could remember, just smelling something or hearing something that reminds you of a happy childhood memory, you know?
I would say for a smell, it would probably be my grandma's house that I wasn't very close to, but for some reason, oddly specific, I can remember the smell of her place, even though I wasn't there very often. But, another thing that brings me back, which is happening a lot nowadays though, is kids are starting to get back into the 2009 dress up and act and everything like that, and I look at them and I'm like, this really brings me back. I remember I used to have a shirt just like that, or a skirt just like that, or I would wear an outfit just like that. I'm it's just weird. It's seeing yourself in the past, or me and my best friends, or it's just, I don't know. But I get really nostalgic in that.
Yeah, what about you, Nick? What's something that brings you nostalgia? And please don't make it dark.
You just fucking said something. It involves railroad tracks. No, I'm just kidding. No, for me, it's when it's fall, but when it's a certain kind of fall day, it reminds me of 2007, the best time of fall ever. I think it was 2007. Whenever, what was it? R.L. Stein's A Haunting Hour / Don't Think About It came out. That was a good time. That was my favorite movie for a while.
Yeah, even for me, right now, every time I eat popcorn, it reminds me of when I was I can't remember the exact age. I was really young, but that was when my mom, it was just me and her hanging out together one day, and then she brought me to see Spy Kids 3, the movie theater in Richmond. And,
you mean 3D?
Yeah, Spy Kids 3D. Sorry, it was 3D.
No, I'm just kidding. But it was also in 3D. I love the 3D version.
And then every time I eat popcorn, that reminds me of that. And I feel like that was the first time I ever had a really good bonding moment with my mom.
Yeah. I get really nostalgic with Ghost Adventures. Me and my aunt used to watch it a lot. And she had all of them recorded. Anytime I'd come over, she'd have it over for me. So now anytime I watch it, it's nostalgic in that way, but it's also crazy because seeing how much older they've gotten as well. Weird.
Yeah, nostalgia, I feel like it can come in many forms. So even when you're older, like you know, like everyone loves like a video game when they were a kid, and like it was honestly like the best game ever, and like had crazy graphics, and you're like blown away by it. But like, I feel like as an adult, if you go back to a video game you played as a kid, it looks like shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
You don't really want to, yeah, you're not really down to play it anymore. It looks
No,
fucking
it's weird.
stupid.
Yeah.
Like for me personally, one of them was fuck, what was it? I think it was Grand Theft Auto. That was one of the ones. So Grand Theft Auto 3. I remember I played that a lot as a kid, and it was insane. But going back now, this looks fucking shitty. Or even Shadow of the Colossus. I used to, when I was in high school, I used to play that a lot, and then I'd fucking even like do drawings of Shadow of the Colossus, everything, and I just recently tried to play it on my PS5, and just looks like garbage.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What's that?
Did you play the remaster? The remaster's worth it.
They have a remastered version?
Of Shadows of the Colossus. Yeah, it's the PS4 version.
What the fuck? Okay, I need to get on that train. Goddamn.
It's great, and I think it's on Plus too.
So, I don't know, like nostalgia, I don't know, it's just a weird feeling, and I feel like we need to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. They have all these videos on TikTok, though, where it shows, like, all these nostalgic things. And it's so fucking sad. It's like, damn, I forgot about that.
And it's always using the same song, Stay by Never Easy, or whatever the band's name is. Always
Yep.
the same fucking song. I love that song. I love that song so much. But can we make it happier? Can we have a happy version?
Yep.
It's like, what is this? Fucking The Night We Met, my God.
What I need you guys to do is, after his podcast is done, I need you guys to go listen to a song I wrote called Nostalgia. It's actually going to be playing over this podcast during this section, but I feel like I wrote perfectly, so it actually gives you some nostalgia about old shit.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, we're getting up to like the 1 hour mark. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about?
I think we could save it for the next one. I think it was fun.
Yeah.
It's nice to be back.
We can make fun of stupid trends next time.
Yeah.
We'll do that 2 years from now.
Well,
Yeah.
y'all, you better be ready. Because in 2 years, you're going to get the most fire episode in your life.
We'll be the type of podcast that's really shit 2 years apart.
Right.
The exact day.
One day maybe we'll...
But next time we need to actually spend 2 years making the damn thing.
maybe one day we'll just fucking leave it for like 20 years till we're decrepit and old.
Well, guys, we're back. And we just wanted to say my AI robot is taking very good care of me. And my clone is on the way.
One of us is gonna have fucking Alzheimer's, so they're gonna be like, "Hi guys, welcome to the podcast." Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. Hey guys, welcome to the podcast.
Randomly in the nursing home.
Keep repeating the intro.
So if y'all want to come on the podcast and talk about it.
Yeah. Really hope we can get Britney Spears in here to defend herself.
Yeah.
And who else? Amanda Bynes, if you want to come on here
Amanda
to defend
Bynes.
yourself.
Yeah. If you want to come on the podcast and defend yourself, do it.
My
Anyways,
God.
guys, you guys have been listening to the Grippy Sock Vacation, and I hope you guys have a fabulous day.
Fabulous.
Anyways, bye.
Bye. Sleep tight.
Good night.